Good evening. I I freely admit that I had a drink this evening, but I am not drunk at all. I'm not. I might be a little tipsy, but I was laying here talking to my wife, and I told her that nothing would bring me greater joy than to sit and watch Game of Thrones with her, and she's like, I don't think that's true, and I think she's right. But what I want you to understand and what I want her to understand is what I've come to understand. It wouldn't matter to me if it was Game of Thrones, okay, or Will and Grace, or a rerun of Friends, or Bananas in Pajamas, or Zamumbafu. Wouldn't matter. I I get so much joy from just spending time with her. I didn't always have joy in my life, and I don't want to make it sound like I had a shit childhood or anything. I didn't. My childhood was, especially when you compare it to today, I think my childhood was filled with more love than most children get. My father did his best to love me and show me. And for him, that meant pushing cars around on the floor or playing G.I. Joe or watching Transformers with me or helping me with my homework. For my mother, that meant going to work at 4, 8, 10, 12 hour days, 5, 6 days a week. And she would come home, and instead of just going to her room and going to sleep, she would lay on the couch so she could be in our presence so we could see her. Like, I had a good childhood. It wasn't until I tried to branch out on my own that I completely fucked it up. Like, my life wasn't always joy. I mean, and then there's the whole thing with the stepmothers and then the stepfathers and then the girls. Like, my father dated this one chick named Lynette with these two kids. I mean, he dated this chick who was on crack. Like, there's so much. And that's not saying nothing because my mother's husband was on crack. So there were a lot of ups and downs and twisty and turvies in my life. But even now, like, my unemployment takes care of the rent and the bills, and it leaves a little extra money for us to go out and get alcohol or cleaning supplies, or we'll get our marijuana goodies, and we kick back. And even though sometimes things can get a little difficult, there's so much joy in my life. I mean, I might not always say it. I might not be sitting around playing a harp all the damn time or singing songs or telling my wife how awesome. Well, that's not true. I tell her how awesome she is every day. But my life has so much joy. I am an insanely happy person. I'm also just stoic. Thank you, Mr. Munson, for stoic, because damn, if there was a word to describe me, stoic is it. Like, I don't sweat the small shit, at least not visibly. Like, I'm always dealing with something. There's always something going on in my head. But I know how to let that go and enjoy time with my family. I love my wife. Like, I had my share of girlfriends. I did my dirt. I didn't. I'm not sweet and innocent. I've done my share of things I know I didn't have no business doing, and I misled some people, and I hurt some people, and I'm not proud of it. And I don't want to offer you excuses where I've been hurt, so I hurt them. Like, I'm not offering you excuses. I'm not even gonna give you a reason. I'm gonna say I was young and I was stupid, and I didn't realize people are people. Like, even now, sometimes I'll look at Asia and I'll be like, wow, you're a person. Like, you have your own thoughts and your own opinions, and we'll have a talk and she'll hit me with a random fact, or she'll say some enlightening ass shit to me, and I'll be like, wow, you are really just a person. Like, it's real easy to, once you get complacent, to just see everything and everybody, especially in your home, as just extensions of yourself. Man, but Asia's got dreams. She's going back to school. She's gonna be a doctor. My wife is gonna be a doctor. Wow. She's going into a field that will be in high demand. She's gonna be one of the first to go after this degree, and she's gonna be a doctor. Like, wow. And in doing so, she's going to learn more about herself and her body and figure out why we're having such a hard time having kids. So she's going to be a doctor so she can learn how to have babies better for me. Wow. If that ain't love, I don't know what is. And I look at you, honey bear, fuck this camera. I look at you. I don't deserve you. I ain't nobody. I was sick and I treated you like shit. I used that illness as an excuse to treat you like shit and try to blackmail you into being with me, and it was wrong. And I'm sorry. I don't deserve you.
We deserve each other.
I thank you for sticking with me and dealing with me when I was impossible. And I was impossible.
If you were impossible, I wouldn't be here.
I was. But you dealt with it. That's what's so funny. No one else would have. Nobody else did. It's you. And I was at my absolute lowest. I couldn't have hit any more rock bottom than I hit. And you came along, and there's been nothing but joy in my life. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for putting up with me.
Of course.
It would have been easy for you to find some young cat your age, some hotshot dude who was on his way to be some big fancy pants lawyer, and by 22 he'd have a fancy car and some fancy apartment upstate. You'd be living the fucking life and going to parties and wearing extravagant dresses and going to these meetings with him. And have you met my wife Asia? Yeah, she's doing this, and you'd have been happy. But you're here with me in this little apartment in the outskirts of the bad side of town in California, and you never complain. Never. Love you.
I love you more.
For my whole fucking world. And don't be like, oh, he has something to drink, so he getting emotional. I'm emotional. I love you. Like, I heard once, hello, I forgot you were here. Hi. I heard a saying once, and it's the fucking truth, is if you can't explain what it is you believe and why to an extent that anybody would understand why you believe it, then you don't. I could turn this camera on and talk till I was blue in the face about why I love you and give you 1,000,001 reasons why I could never leave you. Thank you for choosing me. Make me very happy.
I'm too happy.
Very happy to be here with you.
Don't cry.
So again, nothing would bring me greater joy to sit here with you and put my head in your lap and you rub the back of my head while I watch Game of Thrones with you. But if you want to turn on Bananas and Pajamas or Zamumba Food or Big Comfy Couch, that's fine too.
How about Magic School Bus?
They're redoing the Magic School Bus.
Are they? Oh, right, with the chick.
Yeah.
I'm actually
it's like
interested
a brand.
in that.
It's like it's gonna be on Netflix too. So
nice.
so
this
all
is
the
quality.
Yeah, so we can binge it. I don't care. The only thing I care about is that you're here and I can do it with you.
Okay.
I love you.
Do you want to get more?
Everything I am, I swear. I'm guilty of my own dirt. You know, I'm not innocent. But I regret nothing. I regret nothing. Every underhanded, dastardly thing I did landed me right here with you, next to the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh, stop it.
No, I will not stop it. I love you. Like, holy fuck. Like, I don't think it's. No man could love a woman more. And here's what's fucked up. And I'm going to say this to you, and then I'm going to turn this off because y'all just in the middle of my private conversation with my wife. I'm trying to explain to her why I love her. I just spent the last 11 minutes explaining to you in great details why nothing and no one will ever come before you. And I say this to you with all the sincerity in my heart, and I know you'll understand me. I will throw you under a bus for our child.
Absolutely.
I will use you as a human shield.
And if you didn't, I would kill you.
There's I would this is Sparta your ass like quick if it would save our child. Like Kari fine, fuck Kari, he'll be okay. Like I feel bad for I used to feel like I had messed up with Kari and it's like, oh, I'll learn from my mistakes. Kari is a strong, intelligent, capable young man who will be fine long after I'm gone. But I would jump in front of a bullet for him, but I certainly wouldn't pull you in the way.
Well, we'd probably jump at the same time.
But for our child, any child, whether it's a boy or a girl, or if we do the girl, boy, girl like I want to, I would murder you in your sleep if it's what they needed.
Good. I would have it.
I'm sorry. I'm grateful, and I'm glad that you're feeling better. I was so worried about you. So you guys get out of here. I'm gonna go cuddle, and we're gonna watch the Magic School Bus.